Thousands of students have regrets about choosing the wrong university when they come to United States, and they are remorseful that their $100,000 gone to waste. And not only just that $100,000, but also the precious 2 years of their life, which plays a big role in shaping their future.
गलती कभी ना करियो भाई, पूरा के चुतड़ा वाला तुम्हारे का वापस भेज देंगे 1 मिनट के अंदर डिपोर्ट है भाई। यहाँ पे काम धंधा अपना देख के आओ।
If you don't want to make this mistake and don't want to lose the future opportunities that you could possibly have, then make sure to watch the video till the end, because I have the perfect plan for you, which will give you the pointers on how to curate the list of universities which you will like. And once you have the list of universities, then how do you filter them out based on the cost, coursework, location, your alumni network. And finally, a method to grab a loan solely based on your future potential once you have decided the dream university that you want to get into. So imagine this, that you are lying on the bed and you're binging probably US campus tour videos, maybe my video, and you're also imagining the dream internships and the future job opportunities which you will have based on that university. But you have this question, will my money be worth the investment that I make into this university? But in between your dreams, goals and aspiration that you have, you don't really know whose advice should you follow. And do you really think that you should follow the advice of consultants who you pay thousands of rupees or lakhs of rupees? They are thinking in your favor, or are they really thinking about them making the commissions, because they're going to give you the list of universities which they have partnered, and once you go to that universities, the money they're going to make from that is what they're going to give you versus what you really want to get into. Now you tell me, who would be the best judge for the kind of universities you would want to get into? You, right? Now what if I tell you that you alone are most capable of curating this list of dream universities that you want to possibly get into based on just this 4-card method? Alright, now let's take an example of a student whose name is Aniket. He is just like you, comes from a humble background. His parents are not so have an ordinary job. They are not from well-to-do family, but he does have ambitions. He does have dream to go to United States and find the dream university, just like you and me. Between him present and him cracking the list of dream universities he wants to get into, there are 4 cards in between that, and he has to crack all these 4 cards. I'll tell you later in the video why this process of curating the list is very important in first place. Number 1, to clear the first card, he really has to dig deeper into himself. He has to do some introspection, and since childhood he has always been into tech. He loves solving problems through technology. He loves building softwares, and he's crazy, like he would go and hack the college Wi-Fi or a school Wi-Fi where teachers would complain about him. So he knew that something related to technology is where he wants to get into. Now that he has cleared the first card, in order to clear the second card, what he does is he goes onto LinkedIn and he's like, okay, I know that I want to get into some form of technology or software engineer. So let me just look up the job role. That is the career if I want to pursue. What are these job role require? What are the responsibility? What are the skills required? So he goes on LinkedIn, Google, Glassdoor, Indeed, all the job boards, and try to figure out what does this career of a software engineering look like. And guess what? He figures out that he does want to become a software engineer based on his passion and his introspection, which he's done. By now, he's very clear that that's where he wants to go. So to clear the third card, what he does is that he goes and finds the top universities for a program which is going to get him that job. So for example, computer science is the program which would get him software engineering role. So he goes and finds the list of universities, top 100 universities for computer science, and goes and looks at the syllabus of each of those universities to see what is the outcome of each universities which is going to get him to become a software engineer. Finally, to unlock the fourth and final card, what he does is that he goes and reaches out to the alumni of the universities. He thinks that, okay, this program I really like and this is the university I want to get into. So he reaches out to the alumni who has graduated from that, and then he starts to network with them and he starts to ask them like, okay, what are the skills did you learn from the master's program? How many people from your batch got the job of software engineering? How long did it take you? Is the future opportunities like software engineers will you get from this university, from this program? And after doing this, he now has a list of 17 universities that he has filtered down, that okay, these are the 17 universities that I would really want to target. But 17 universities is a lot, because if you want to do application for all of them, it's going to cost you some money. So he has to filter down these 17 universities to his top universities. Do you realize what he just did? He saved himself from those fraud consultants who claim that they have best interest for you, and they would have misguided him to go to universities which would be not aligned to his career, which would have wasted his money, which he would have invested in those universities. And finally, he saved himself from being miserable for those 2 years of the masters in the universities which he might not even enjoy going to. Although he has a list of 17 universities, he is now stuck that, okay, how do I prioritize them? And he has no idea how to sort them based on like what factors. But he knows his priorities. He knows that cost is one of his biggest priority. Just like me, I also had chosen my universities based on cost because I didn't want to spend a lot of money, although I didn't even have a lot of money. So cost was his first thing. Second was coursework. Coursework has to align with what career and passion he has, and the outcome would get him to becoming a software engineer. Third one is location. It is very important for him to understand that he wants to be in the tech world. He wants to be around the Silicon Valley so he can meet with entrepreneurs, because eventually he might want to start his own company. So he wants to have that networking opportunities and have that location advantage. Fourth one is strong alumni network for him. So he wants to make sure that he can reach out to alumni networks, his seniors, and strong brand of alumni who can help him for his next steps of a career. And so based on these 4 factors, cost, location, alumni network, and the coursework, he would figure out where the universities would fall under, and whichever has the most numbers, that's how he had figured out which are his favorite universities. From these 17 universities, he nailed it down to like top 6 or 7. He started applying to those universities, and then he finally would get admits from it, and he had to select one. But the biggest hurdle was not there yet. He found out that the list of universities which he filtered down has the cost almost up to $100,000, including living expenses and all of that. So now what is his option? If you're also in Aniket's shoes, which I was also in Aniket's shoes, let me tell you that today's sponsor Empower is going to help you with this exact problem. What if I tell you that you don't need huge amount of down payment or collateral or co-signer, and you can still get to those dream universities that you have chosen based on solely your future potential? Yes, Empower gives you the loan based on your future potential and your skill set which you have. Imagine this, that you have the potential, you're confident that if you are given an opportunity to go to your dream universities, you are gonna nail it. You have lots of dreams on how you're gonna execute things, how you might end up starting your own startup once you get there and all of that. But the only thing stops you is the fund that you need to get there. And that's why I've partnered with Empower, because they give you the loan based on your future potential, your skills you have today, and they don't need collateral co-signer to give you the loan. And guess what? They give you up to $100,000 as a loan for your tuition fees, your living expenses, and supplies. Sounds too good to be true? They actually have more to offer. You will get fixed rate, which is very, very different than variable rate, which means that once you get the loan, it stays the same interest rate and it doesn't change versus the variable rate. So you get the fixed rate for anywhere from $2,000 to loan to $100,000 loan. As a kid that we come from lower middle class family, not so well-to-do family, we might sometimes think that we come with disadvantages, and some people come with big advantages monetarily mainly. We almost feel like race line has always, like, we have been pushed down, and the people who are ahead of us, who has a lot of money, has always been ahead of it. But that's not the case with Empower now. And it doesn't end there. Empower supports students from 190 plus countries and 400 plus top universities. They also support various majors, and their process is super simple and fast. You can click the link in the description and submit your application and quickly find out how much funding are you qualified for. So finally, just like Aniket, you can apply the same techniques to list down, get the list of universities that you want to get into, and then sort them based on the priorities and figure out the priorities that you have for yourself. And not only just that, you also have a loan which can get you a loan for the dream universities that you want to get into. And imagine this, that after doing all this research, you will feel so peaceful and grateful that you have done all the research, and this will not only just help you during your masters, but also before that, the big important step, which is the cracking the visa interview for going to United States. All the research you have done, you are confident why you are going to this university is because of all the research you have done, thanks to yourself. And finally, if you watched the video till now, I want to recommend you to watch the video which is Think Before Coming to United States. I highly recommend you thinking before coming to United States. See you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. Gotta hustle every single day.